Everyone could just hum songs for hours. Okay. We're ready.
How ready?
Like 100 million, 10
ready.
and 2% ready.
Like,
This.
we're already recording ready?
Are we?
That's pretty ready.
Welcome to the as yet unnamed podcast.
We can name it unnamed.
I think that's been taken.
Are you sure?
But good. Keep these juices rolling, Evelyn. I like it. That's Evelyn. We should introduce ourselves at the top of every show.
Okay.
Me, podcast professional.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Scoff.
I'm not.
Am Ryan Miller. Scoffing to my left.
Is Kandie Miller.
Kandie Miller. And you've already heard
Evelyn Miller.
Evelyn Miller. Now everybody knows our voices separately. We did a little bit of this already. We got a taste for it when we talked about all those movies before. Those live elsewhere.
Those romantic movies.
Those romantic movies. And we thought maybe we would do it for Ryan Runs. This will show up on the Ryan Runs podcast feed. I don't think I'll put... I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I put this into a YouTube video and then also upload it to YouTube?
Sure. You do you.
Not a lot of investment.
I don't know what's
Very
great.
hands off.
Will it make us a whole bunch of money?
Okay,
Let's do
there's
that.
the well. I've got some bad news.
Money train over
We'll
there.
find out. We'll see. We've got a few things on the list to do for this, our very first show. At the very least, it's going to show up on the Anchor feed, the Spotify, the podcast. The links are everywhere. And again, if you're already listening to it, why am I telling you? We do have some things on the to-do list. I gave you lovely ladies 2 little assignments. Kandie, who's been working feverishly to earn her degree in... Somebody asked me the other day, actually.
applied studies,
Applied studies.
which really means nothing.
But it was the thing that got you out the door with the degree.
Yes. You can leave the university with a degree in nothing, but you have a degree.
But we don't
In
want
something.
Yeah.
save the juicy deets for later.
Okay.
If this is the subject you decide to talk on, we don't want to burn all of our subjects and run out of podcasts too early here. So you've been busy with school.
Yes, finals were last week.
So I know you may have not had time to think about it. We'll see. But Evelyn, also very busy, but
Yeah.
also very excited to do a podcast. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay, you've done more podcasts than Mom at this point.
Have I?
Yeah, remember you did the one about the Blair
Oh,
Witch.
you're right. That one.
Which was a
when you
real
said it was
movie.
fake.
That what? So, should Evelyn go first with these?
Sure.
Okay, so here are the 2 things I gave everybody. I said, and I think this will be the running rule for the show. Come to this being the show. I call the podcast the show. Any podcast is a show. Any show is a show. Come to it with an interesting thing to talk about. Anything under the sun, really.
All right.
If it's interesting to you, it will probably be
It's
interesting to
very
us
interesting to me.
and other people, especially as we get to know you as an
Yes.
interesting person
As an
yourself.
interesting person. I've only been your child for 13 years?
Well, that,
Almost 14.
that's how old you are. So yeah.
Yes.
And the other thing was, oh gosh.
What do we name this?
Yes, the name for the podcast. So, which the name for the podcast is a thing that we'll probably all do kind of at once. But the interesting
Like we all
thing
yell
can
our
be
idea
let-
at once.
Yes, the
Okay.
perfect idea. It's a great idea already.
Blurred mic.
So you can choose whichever one you want to do first. What's sounding good to you,
I want
Evelyn?
my topic first.
You want your topic first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's discuss Evelyn's topic.
Evelyn's topic of discussion.
My
for today.
topic is volleyball. Like Olympic volleyball or just like sports volleyball.
What's the difference between Olympic
Volleyball.
volleyball and sports
Well-
volleyball?
Olympic volleyball is a sport. Volleyball is a sport, but like I meant like it could be like Olympic volleyball because that only happens like 4 years. So
Let's stick to sports
it's just-
volleyball for
okay,
now.
Sports
yeah.
ball.
Sports ball.
Why did you pick volleyball, Evelyn?
Because it's I had a season recently at my school where I played on the team, and we probably lost about the same amount as we won.
I think you
I
won,
feel like
but
you
like
won
we won like
a little
80%
bit more.
of
three
the
more
games.
or something. I
That
don't know.
might
I
be
didn't keep
both of
track.
your parents just being like, I think my daughter won all of the games.
We're not biased.
Anyway, but
Was it your first season though? Was your
it
first
was my
season?
first
Okay.
season. Yes, I have played volleyball before for like during the summer and stuff, just for purposes and stuff like that.
Be careful, don't squeak your chair.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Chad.
Don't move your body.
Anyway, Dad
Can you please just careful with it? Is that
Okay.
coming across? Can everybody hear that?
can.
Okay, volleyball. Sorry, go
All
ahead.
right. Anyway, volleyball, it's just been pretty fun. And these new teams, like, my mom printed these little sheets for us to.
The
'cause they're-
NCAA
yes,
women's
the NCAA.
Oh, the
volleyball
brackets.
tournament bracket.
Yes,
See,
bracket.
right,
So it's
okay.
like Texas versus, I don't know, West Virginia, and like this whole we pick who wins, who comes out on top. I was voting for someone who lost the very first round. So
Yes, Evelyn's
go
My
all the
bracket
way? That was
is
your-
shot.
Yeah.
Evelyn's
Okay.
bracket is shot.
hopefully my fabulous four can pull through.
No, you don't have any left.
Well, before we
Don't
get
remind me.
before we get too deep into the Fabulous Four, what do you like so much about volleyball? You're still
Well,
young, so you maybe haven't had a chance to try a lot of sports, but it seems like you were automatically
Well-
more interested in trying volleyball than anything else.
Okay, yes. Volleyball is my favorite sport because it
Sorry, the chair. Be careful. Don't
I'm sorry.
Squeak the chair.
Calm down,
Don't
father.
listen to him.
Anyway, volleyball has probably been my favorite sport just because it's really fun to watch. Like I feel like the most interesting of most of the sports, mainly because it involves lots of teamwork and lots of, I don't know, communication and stuff. And any sport should also, include communication and stuff like that. But like mainly just because it's easier to follow than like soccer or
Amen.
football, or because you can't
Wow.
kind of really walk into the middle of like a football or soccer game because you'll be like, oh, what's happening here? Why did they kick the ball out of bounds and the other team scored a
And
point?
some would
Like,
argue soccer's pretty
well-
easy to follow given
well,
how
thing
slow
is,
it is.
some of the yeah, but like football, I don't understand that at all.
We don't. Yeah, football we don't.
don't get
Basketball,
that.
Candy likes March Madness.
mean,
Well, no, I don't like
basketball's
March Madness. I just like to fill out the
fine.
bracket
Yeah,
and then see
love
who
it.
wins. I don't actually watch any of the games, but that's different for the volleyball. We're loving watching the
Yeah.
games because it really is
3 hits,
fun to watch.
gone.
You know what? Because a lot of other sports,
the floor, gone.
the thing is
Point
too
for the
big.
other
Like
team.
the soccer field's too big, and like
Football field is
Yeah, that's
literally
what I'm
like
saying. It's very easy to follow. They get the ball, wait 5 to 10 minutes,
and then do something.
and then you'll
Yes,
see-
but volleyball is not slow. Like there's never a slow moment in
Mm-hmm.
volleyball. Like baseball has lots of slow moments. Even football, you're like, oh, good, they wasted 40 seconds and then moved 1 foot, and now they wasted 40 seconds. And
Yep.
volleyball is just like go, 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 and the court is not big.
Nope.
It's small. It's like the right number of people in the right size of place with the right amount of motion. It's awesome. Volleyball is very fun.
yeah,
very strong sports opinions from
yeah. Soccer is I have bad childhood.
one of
memories
the
that.
best sport. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm biased because it's the only sport I played, and I lived in South America, so
Oh yeah, Dad would like it.
soccer or
Football.
football, as you may have heard, great sport. I also own a fake soccer jersey from the Bouncing Souls.
That is
So,
correct. I
Makes
have
him
worn
a
it.
true football aficionado.
Football
Yes.
fan. Every now and then I'll run into somebody that'll look at my shirt and want to talk about soccer. And I'll be like, oh, look a little closer. I do like soccer, but this doesn't. I don't know anything. Okay, well that's awesome. I'm trying to think if we have any other things to say about volleyball
Well,
for Evelyn.
I do because it was fun watching her play.
Certainly.
Like 8th graders play, but it was
I was an outside hitter.
Evelyn was an
I was a
outside hitter.
spiker. I was a
Oh, like a libero?
like no.
No, libero.
I learned. Is it libero? Oh.
Libero.
I only heard that word
Or
for the first
libero.
time this
Excuse
year.
me.
But so it was fun to watch because a lot of times when you're even like 8th grade band or 8th grade any sport, you're kind of like, it's almost a sport. But it was super fun, and they were doing all the things. It was great. It was great fun to watch, even
Yes.
their level.
Not
of
even
play.
from sports parents.
Yeah, not-
Well,
and
I
we're
mean,
not
maybe
even-
again, we possibly don't know, but it seemed like from even watching your first game to your last, you guys improved like markedly.
Yes.
You ever heard that word before? Like a lot.
Sounds like a lot.
Like
so.
noticeably. Yeah.
I can
word
interpret
sounds-
the definition through context
Yes,
clues.
there you
Yes.
Infer the definition.
Imply what you infer.
Okay,
Interpret
Mr.
what you implied to infer.
But yeah,
Vocabulary
it was
genius.
fun, even though, like you were watching.
The first game we played, we totally demolished. I don't want to say what school it was, but we kind of totally demolished
I
them
think you-
because it was
I don't think
really,
anybody-
really bad. We literally won like all 3 sets in a row, but it was.
But then the
was
next
good.
game you got demolished. Do you remember?
It wasn't demolished. per
Not as much
se.
as you demolished the first team, but I remember watching that first game and being like, all right, this is going to be fun. And then the next one, I was like, wow, all these kids are large.
Yeah, I think we played the private school.
Yeah, that private
where they
school,
had
nice.
jump serves for absolutely no reason at all. So
Then you guys got steadily better. And
Mm-hmm.
then when another big team showed up and I was like, oh, I don't know, you guys started
one
to
of our
hold
games
your own
went
and you
to
guys were
30
killing it.
points
What was
on
that
one of the match sets.
The very
that
last
one.
game you had was like
It
the
was
best game of the
28 to
entire
30,
season.
yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
I think it was our second to last game
Oh,
actually.
maybe. Yeah, it could have been.
So fun though. It was a delight.
Lots of
Yes,
fun.
I absolutely loved
Can't
it.
wait
too.
to watch more sports next year
Yep.
when you're in high school.
Well, yeah. So, follow-up question, maybe: are you just going to wait till volleyball? I mean, I assume you'll do volleyball when it starts again, but are you going to wait till it does, or are you going to try other sports in the meantime?
Well, I did try tennis while volleyball was a bit expensive. So,
Tennis was expensive.
well, no, I tried. Okay, when I
So why are you
wasn't
talking about finances?
Oh,
How do
cool
you know
your
and I
jets
don't?
for just a second. While I wasn't doing volleyball, I
Are
did
you
pick
paying
up
for this yourself?
maybe.
Is
I
that
don't
why?
know.
I don't know. Okay.
Anyway, but I did pick up tennis a little, like 3
I
and
remember
a
you
half
dabbled.
years ago.
Didn't she take lessons?
Oh yeah, for
somewhere?
Yeah.
several years at the country club.
Several years.
Several years she took
She's
lessons.
only several years old.
Yeah, I think it was like 1 year.
No,
One
you've done.
summer.
You remember after we came back from Karina's
Oh wait!
house?
Oh, you're right.
You did it like 3 years.
Yes,
in a
my
row.
my aunt in Utah, she had kids who were taking tennis lessons, and she was like, "Oh, you guys,
You should just come and
yeah,
do it.
Evelyn, you want to come and play tennis with my grandchildren? Or
But
not,
those-
not grandchildren. Sorry,
My sister is
My-
60. I guess it's possible. I mean,
sorry. No,
I am
meant
old enough that that's possible.
Da-
It's
daughters,
not
but
possible
that's not the
because
situation.
my
Daughters.
sister is
Or-
not.
and-
yeah.
Yes.
But I feel like
Children.
that tennis was an excellent springboard to her pickleball skills.
Oh yeah,
She's
definitely.
fantastic
Play, but
pickleball
maybe
player.
a subject for another day.
Yeah,
You're right.
Let's
All
say
of us
pickleball.
pickleball professionals.
Yeah, we'll have a whole episode called pickleball.
Whole episode
Just about pickleball.
about pickleball. Excellent. Well, I'm going to cut you off right there.
Okay. Wait, don't you want to? Oh, wait.
We'll talk about the name all at once. Okay. Kandie, what did you bring to the
To
table?
the table, Forrest
today?
Fenn. A little man named Forrest Fenn.
Forrest Fenn.
Is this for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
Are you
So it
serious
sounded
right
like
now?
a great. I thought we were making jokes and it sounded like some good
No.
improv was going on.
I listened to a podcast a couple months ago about a guy named Forrest Fenn, and he thought he was going to die of cancer, and so he went to like his favorite spot in the wilderness, and then found out he wasn't going to die of cancer, but he chose the spot where he wanted to be buried. And then when he wasn't going to die of cancer, he instead buried a treasure chest at that spot where he wanted to have his ashes buried, and then wrote like a secret poem on how to get there. And he self-published this book
Wait.
with the poem, and he's like, anyone who wants can go find it. And in that treasure chest, he was like, there's $1 million worth of gold and gems in there. And he actually owned an art gallery in Santa Fe. So people were like, he might be telling the truth. And like all of his friends were like, no, he's completely serious. And he had this poem, and that
Was he a millionaire? Like, did he?
not like a millionaire, but
Yeah,
he
it's a-
was rich. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like eccentric
Like, was
rich
he a
dude.
millionaire?
Wait, so has
he
he
wasn't
died?
a billionaire. No. Okay. But
So is
Understood.
he dead?
So here's the deal. He didn't end up dying from that cancer, but he hid that and published his poem, and people started looking, and he buried it in 2010, and in 2020 someone finally found it.
Ooh.
But lots of people searched for it, and lots of people interpreted his clues in weird ways. Some people were like, certain the treasure is buried in New Mexico, and others are like, it's definitely in Yellowstone National Park, and others are like, no way, it's in Colorado.
I missed. Did he die?
He did die in 2020 after the treasure was found.
Oh.
Yeah. So the treasure was found in like July of 2020.
And it
he
killed
died.
him.
He died. Yeah. All he was waiting for was his treasure to be found.
Yeah.
But there are a whole bunch of people who don't believe that the guy who found the treasure found it, even though he took pictures of it and sent it to Forrest. And Forrest was like, that is in fact the thing I buried. And that's the place I buried it. But that guy didn't want it revealed because he feels like that's what Forrest would have wanted. But also, it's almost like winning a lottery ticket. Like you don't want people to know who you are. And he actually didn't want his name revealed. But apparently people like who were hunting for the treasure were like, no way, I need proof that it's been found because I think I solved the riddle and I know where it is. And I need proof because otherwise I'm going to keep looking for it.
I think I've heard of this. Either you told me about this or there's a documentary about it and I saw the trailer.
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, there's another podcast I'm about to listen to, which actually chronicles 9 different people who searched for it in different ways and interpreted the things differently. So.
I don't think you can bring podcasts to the podcast.
Well, no, but so it's super interesting. But here's my favorite fact about this that I think was one of the most weird rabbit hole ideas. Do you remember? I feel like they talked about it on Catch Me If You Can. No, maybe not. There was some dude who was like, he took a plane hostage of people in the 70s and they landed.
DB Cooper?
Yeah, and they gave him money and then they took off again and he threw the money out of the plane or jumped out of the plane or something like that. There are schools of thought that think Forrest Fenn is DB Cooper.
I'm not sure it's DB, but we'll just
With
keep
that guy,
calling it
yes.
DB. Yeah.
That it was him.
GB.
And that he knew where his money was and he grabbed it because he later, like apparently shortly after that incident, he started his art gallery with this fund of cash. And he was like a paratrooper in the war and stuff like that. Like, so there's a school of thought that thinks that Forrest Fenn was actually DB Cooper.
It's not a good mystery if you can't somehow think DB Cooper's involved.
Is involved, right?
Actually, I'm not set up to look things up during this podcast, but
He's one finger typing over there.
I'm going to try it anyways. DB Cooper, yeah, I guess that's right.
Anyway, but it's super interesting because...
Is Ted Braden the guy you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about Forrest Fenn.
All right, well, duck, duck, go.
Anyway, it was just super interesting to me and his clues were fun. Like it was just...
What's the name of the podcast since we're...
X marks the spot.
All right, there you go.
X marks the
spot.
spot.
We can shout it out since we're technically...
just the whole concept of a
traction
treasure
time.
hunt
Yeah.
nowadays and like someone actually burying a treasure, but also it took the world 10 years to find it. And I don't know, there's just still some
mystery in the world.
Yeah, and like wild places. So that was kind of cool. Like that was my interesting thing that I heard recently that I was like, whoa, that's so curious.
Okay, well, don't
You were the one who bumped me in the first place, Mr.
Please be careful with
Please
that.
be careful.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to hear. I'm joking. You can bring whatever you want to the podcast. You can bring podcasts to the podcast. Perfectly fine. Whatever's on your mind. It's the whole point is that we talk about things we like and make them interesting, and I interrupt you all while you do it. So
Indeed.
I think so far
Indubitably.
we're doing great.
I'll do some research and determine whether or not I think DB Cooper is Forrest Fenn.
Okay, I'm going to solve DB Cooper. Tune in next week. Can you have this by next week?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm busy. Christmas. What have you brought to the
Speaking
table,
of which, I
Ryan?
don't know if we're going to do one of these every week, so we'll find out. I didn't bring a thing specifically to the table because I have... we're going to make a little tiny video to go with... I've been doing some unboxing videos on Ryan Runs.
Nice.
Not to be informative or to be good at unboxing things, because those videos are great and everybody should go watch them. Not my ones.
Did you unbox your trash records?
I did not unbox
That
my
would
trash
be sweet.
records.
Titled
And
Trash
now I have to not explain them
in all caps.
on the mic. Okay. We manage apartment. I manage apartment. We manage apartments. And as part of that,
Ryan.
I'm the janitor. So I do a lot of cleaning. I clean up the dumpster areas. I clean up all the poop in the elevator.
Capital Trash.
Capital trash. I didn't say
Capital
it.
trash records.
Capital.
Oh, okay.
Trash of
And
our
sometimes you find some golden nuggets. And yesterday,
Titled
no, was it yesterday? It might have been 2 days ago or so. In the rain, it's been raining a bit here in California.
Only a bit.
I
Just
rescued
a dog.
a what do you
A
call
cat.
that? It's
A
not a
hamster.
Tupperware. It's like a big. I'm the one who interrupts around here. What do they call it? The big storage bin full of records. They were not inside the dumpster. They were just they were too heavy to lift into the dumpster is probably what happened. They weren't even dusty, but they were getting wet. So I rescued them. Didn't have a chance to look at what they all were. I've had them stacked up now. They're drying out, and I haven't even looked through what all of them are. I've seen there are some rat records, RATT.
I don't even know what RATT is.
It's a very popular band. Some Herb Alpert in there, the Tijuana Brass.
Herb Alpert. Yes.
Just kind of all the classic records that you see in the thrift stores. So I don't know. I'm sure there's some real fun stuff in there.
I just feel like an opportunity was missed with an unboxing video. You're like, you guys, I have no idea what I rescued from the trash. Let's find out together.
Yeah.
It's called an ungarbaging video.
Capital
I don't
ungarbaging.
make
I submit
ungarbaging
this for
videos.
the name of our podcast.
Trash in all
Trash
caps.
records.
Trash records.
Trash. That's actually pretty good.
Unboxing
Well, it's
trash.
at the top of the list so far, but we'll see.
Trash.
Not the thing I was going to talk about.
Okay, sorry.
We're going to make a little video to go with the unboxing of these microphones that I actually think I only unboxed one microphone, but I've had the rhythm of the channel has been such that I've been able to kind of do one of our little Let's Play videos. We had Uno
Yes.
most recently, and then we did
Then the King of Tokyo,
Right,
which I
and all
cheated
those,
on
yeah.
accidentally.
Yes, you did. I accidentally cheated on Uno. Have you seen that?
Really?
I'm
Where?
the only
It didn't-
one in our family
Well,
who
it's your
does
turn
not
next.
cheat.
Luckily, neither of the cheatings affected the outcome. But at one point,
Good.
I was adding up the first round hand of
round.
numbers, and I added like 3 points to it on accident. So
Well, Dad, this
Wow.
is a new level of
yeah, please don't squeak the
cheatage.
chair.
Stop kicking my chair then,
I'm not even
okay?
touching your chair.
I'm
You're not
Obviously.
even touching.
I'm going to try and cheat without anyone noticing.
Nice try.
Anywho,
If you tried to cheat, you'll get caught.
what
If
I've
you
been
don't try
doing
to
with
cheat,
the
you won't get
unboxing
caught.
videos is that
That's
I
how it
will
works.
unbox the thing in a useless type of way. Most unboxing videos, if you've seen them, they're very informative and people do a lot of hard work. Not me. I just take the thing out of the box and I talk about it while I'm doing so. Maybe explain my point of view, why I'm getting the thing in the first place.
Ooh, like all
Very-
the research you put into why you
a
bought that
little
one.
tiny bit.
He's
not
a
even
massive
really,
researcher of his electronics.
But again, I'm not availing myself of any such things.
I can't attest.
But
to that,
I do at
do
the end of the
trust Mother.
video have been doing a little and then we used it in this way. So,
Oh, cool. So we use them today.
So yeah,
in
I'll
this
do
way.
a quick little video. That'll be my thing, and we'll do. It'll be on the podcast, but also then I'll peg that video on the end of that other video, and
All right.
there you go. But so that's why I didn't bring technically anything now that I've talked for 20 minutes.
Now they brought two things to the table: unboxing videos and trash records.
And trash records.
But
Trash in all caps.
I do think it's time to
Two.
name the podcast.
Wait, hang on. I
And
got it.
I won't say mine because mine's going to be the best, and we'll probably go with
Okay.
it.
He's like, we're probably.
I
choosing
remember mine.
But I want to hear yours anyways. Kandie's already said record trash
No,
or
that's
something like
I
that.
just made that
Trash
up right now.
Garbage trash or
Trash,
something.
Trash
like that.
records.
In
Trash
all caps.
records. Trash records.
Trash in all caps and then records within capital R.
Evelyn, what do you think we should call the podcast?
Well, I actually put a lot of thought into this, and now that you mention, didn't we? Yeah. Anyway, but
Please careful of that chair.
okay, stop kicking it then.
I didn't. No, no.
Anyway, my first instinct was to name the podcast. But listen,
Which I did check and is taken. You did mention that.
Hang on. But is it podcast : ending parentheses?
Podcast : ending parentheses?
Yes.
Like a smiley face.
Like a smiley
Oh,
face.
okay.
Why don't we just?
Wow.
Why don't we just spell all those words out? Podcast :
Yeah.
ending parentheses.
Spell out the emojis, please, for the listeners at home.
No, not like, yeah, so like a colon and then
Why don't we just call it : ending parentheses?
colon ending.
People looking
Oh,
for information
close-
about
close parentheses.
Close parentheses, yes.
People looking for colon information will find us.
What about podcast : /P?
Oh, is that the
I don't know.
No,
It's like a
because
that one?
mustache.
the
with
forward slash.
If it's just : semicolon P, that's like
That's a
Winky tongue.
winky tongue.
Yes. No.
you
I
can't
know
add a
my
whole
emojis.
nother
Okay.
mouth in there.
All right. So is that your vote? That's your.
Well, no, not really. Well, I mean, yeah, it's what I wrote down, but I have the perfect profile picture for our
Okay.
podcast.
Well,
It's
we
of a
just-
horse with cross-eyed eyes.
Oh, that your cross-eyed
I
horse.
love
you've been
this
loving.
horse. I've
Yes.
been loving it.
I'll make it.
It's my
so-
background photo
It
for
can
my
be
phone.
our first picture for
Yeah.
this
So
thing.
the
Okay. I'll send it to you.
the way thumbnails work is that the show thumbnail probably won't change. I might change it to include because now the actual podcast feed is including a lot of different shows.
Yes.
So I might make it say right now it just says Ryan runs a podcast show for people. I think
A
So I
podcast
might-
show for people.
I
It
might make
sounds
it
like
say-
chocolatey cats for people. That snack.
I was not aware. Well, that's a good
Shame our
point.
podcast
I
chocolate
might make it
cats.
say podcast shows
Podcast
for people,
shows.
but that won't change. But each episode will have a thumbnail. So if the thumbnail for this episode, I will make your funky horse.
Yay, my funky horse.
Please email that to me by
I
no
shall.
later than tomorrow.
Okay. I can email it to you right
But
now.
your vote for the name,
For the name,
careful of the chair, don't
something. Okay, then.
The vote for
Something.
the name is
Podcast,
colon close
Close parentheses.
Close parentheses, there
Okay.
you go.
All right. Candy,
My
would you
idea-
like to amend your suggestion from Trash Records?
Oh
No?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Trash
all right.
Records is not my real suggestion. It was just we just had that experience together.
I love trash records.
Did we? It feels like I had an experience.
I absolutely
And you-
love trash records.
made fun of my experience
No,
of
it was
digging
awesome.
out records.
I am
from
never
the garbage.
sad to find my garage full of wet records.
Okay,
Pretty
good.
nice.
My idea is this. Whoa, 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 slow down.
From the Christmas video.
Yes,
From,
from the
from the
child.
Christmas video of Evelyn as a child.
Because there's three of us, so three woes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. We talk about something. Those are my
Quite clever.
It's not unlike my title.
Uh-oh.
Still better,
Of course it is.
but maybe you'll like it then for that reason. Are you ready? Would you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
to hear my title? Miller's Meandering.
What
Oh. Us.
does meandering
Millers.
means wandering?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Wandering?
Yeah.
Like
Like
Context
aimless
clues.
Wandering. Aimless wandering.
Context clues, kind of.
Like you're like walking over here. I got distracted by this,
Because
and now I'm over here.
Ryan runs, usually pretty on point.
So
Ryan
running
runs.
versus walking.
And then Miller's Meandering, it's like
that's actually pretty
more
cool.
of us, but meandering through our subjects, talking for.
I like
'cause that's the
that.
thing about
That's-
podcasts; they're typically just kind of talking around things
Yeah.
and going on tangents for
We're just being honest.
I like
close
that
to an hour, 27 minutes so far. So
That's good. No podcast should be more than 30 minutes long.
No.
it's probably true, but we'll see.
All right. Should we all vote for our favorite?
We should all vote
Name.
for our favorite. Ready? Who
Should we yell it out?
votes for this? It's all audio, so people
Oh.
aren't going to be able to see. So,
Okay.
who votes for Miller's Meandering? All
Moi.
three of. Oh, I see. I was going to make a joke that all three of us voted
Oh
for
no!
it.
Nope,
I
all
love
three
it.
of us
I love
Everybody-
it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Miller's Meandering,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
everybody.
Slow down.
Yes. You can all throw in. Those can be your
Colon,
catchphrases.
Close parentheses.
parentheses.
That'll be Evelyn's catchphrase. Like whenever she finishes, she'll be like colon close parentheses.
Colon, close parentheses.
And if I want to interrupt, I'll say whoa, whoa, whoa.
That'll
Slow
be my
down.
catchphrase to my doctor when I turn 43. How old am I?
45, actually.
You're
I got you.
43.
You believed it.
I am 43. Okay. It's hard to tell.
You're 45.
yeah. I don't remember anymore.
Okay. Wow. The joke being colon,
Ending
Colon.
close
parentheses.
parentheses.
Close that colon.
You're too young.
You can't
Speaking of
have any.
Kandie, who's a
You're
year
too
older than me. Sorry. I'm just kidding. You're 13 months older.
Touche.
Okay. So that only leaves the video here. So I'm going to click on the camera. I already have the angle set up. But like I said, this is going to go at the end of that unboxing video. But it's also kind of like a little promo thing. Like, because I'm going to put this episode out before I put the video out. So the video can be like first episode out now.
Okay.
So what we want to do is when I get the camera rolling, we want to give a bunch of heated exchanges and make it seem like the podcast is really interesting and crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. To everybody who's listened, they'll know that we just made it up for the video. But to everybody who sees the video, they won't know until they listen, which they almost all certainly will.
So we need to be really discussing something.
I thought you said really disgusting for a second, but you know what? That's fine too.
Sure. Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. Okay, I'm going to go turn the camera on. I'll be right back.
Okay. Should Evelyn and I be anxiously engaged in conversation while you
Should
turn
I
it
stare
on?
directly at the camera?
I mean, you can, yes, know that the camera is there. Nobody can hear me talking right now, I realize.
I don't know what to say.
It's booting up. Nobody can hear me talking from over there, so it's still going.
What if they actually
We just had an entire conversation.
Are the mics that dynamic that they
I
would not
doubt
hear?
it. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not phantom powered either, so.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
I
Camera?
don't know about yours. Yours shouldn't be too much different than mine. Check out the unboxing video.
Check out the unboxing video.
Yeah.
But I guess I could also just use your microphone. But nobody can tell that I used your microphone when I did that.
Because the sound's so similar.
Okay.
I could be using Dad's microphone right now, and no one would know.
Okay, camera's rolling.
Evelyn, what makes you love that horse so much? It reminds me of Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and it frightens me.
Exactly. I put it as my background.
Exactly. You did not get that reference.
You have never seen Darby
No,
O'Gill
I
and the Little People.
I meant because it scares
Darby
you.
O'Gill. Every 12-year-old's favorite movie. You're 13, I know.
Because
I'm going to clap
it's
so I can sync up the
scary.
audio. So everybody plug your ears.
No, seriously, why do you love that horse so much? It is
because
disturbing.
I can change it into black and white. And then I can put the red lettering that looks like blood.
Yeah.
And
that's,
then I can
that's the version that reminds me of Darby O'Gill and the Little
I
People.
can show you.
No,
Oh, you-
no one can see. They're on.
let's
they're on the radio.
steer away from that. All right, so we're being recorded right now.
Right now.
Ready? Don't.
Yeah,
You
wait,
can't.
I'm changing
Also, you can't. Don't show your phone when the video's on either,
I'm
because then
sorry.
people will call you and look up where you live and stuff. Also, careful! Don't squeak the chair.
Okay.
And get right up on the microphone there. You want to make sure you point your lippies at the
Okay.
microphone. Very good.
Can you guys
Very
hear
nice.
me?
I can hear you.
Should I
Yay.
watch Darby O'Gill and the Little People?
No. Okay.
By the way, I didn't say exact. I only said exactly because of the word scary.
Well, it depends. Have you ever gotten through Darby O'Gill and the Little People?
I've seen it multiple times as a
Okay,
kid,
well,
but
maybe
I
then.
also remember being super bored,
Yeah, I was going to
super
say.
scared of the little people, and then there's this
Wow.
creepy horse that's like, and like it cuts to like a black and white or a negative, like it does switches. The film goes negative, and it's a frightening horse, and then
wait,
but like there's
but
like
you-
an evil leprechaun that like curses some guy and
But you've
like
watched it numerous times.
takes him to his death. Like he rides a carriage to death, and that horse pulls the
That
carriage.
horse. Yeah, I'm like, just that horse.
And you watched it numerous times.
Yeah, as a child.
Okay.
Why would my
Why?
mom make us watch this? I don't know.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because I only remember starting to watch it and not, even as a child, being like, no, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Not for being scared, for being bored to death. Being
Yeah.
like, I'm going to go.
Well, we probably watched it. We probably recorded it in the early days of the VCR when we only had a few movies recorded.
That's your excuse.
Well, yeah, because got to watch something.
Okay. All right. So give us all the
Scary horse
hot
movies.
takes for the video. Here we go. Action. I'm sick of this.
Control
Are you
yourself.
Oh my gosh.
No,
What? Delightful conversation.
I disagree.
Are you?
You guys are
joking?
bad at this.
Are you serious right now?
I can't believe this. Throwing hands up in disgust.
Throwing hands down.
Stop rocking your chair.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Please, careful.
Please, careful. Caution. Take warning.
Don't squeak the carrot. Don't touch me.
What did that package say? For don't lose children ever or something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think we can talk about that.
Oh, no, it's not. Well.
Evelyn, you need to say something crazy now.
Hi.
No, you need to
Evelyn's pleasant.
say something like
Controversial.
I'll show you this horse whenever I want to.
I can.
That was not it.
No, you have to say what I said.
Okay. Oh, what do I say?
Say, I'll show you
Okay.
this horse whenever I want to.
I can show you my horse whenever I want to.
It's not your horse. It's not your
It is my horse. I love my horse.
You're bad at yelling.
No, I'm not.
Get that horse picture away from me.
I love my horse. I'll show you my horse. He's
Okay,
beautiful.
Okay, Darby O'Gill.
Someone's dying.
Yeah.
I'm rolling in my grave.
Undelighted stare.
Undelighted stare.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
Okay, now we're just quoting movies. I think we've got enough. I'm going to go turn off the video.
All right. Silence. Silence.
Is the podcast still on?
All right. Well, that's all we had on the list.
Yachting.
Next time we'll have something else on the list.
Like
And if you're hanging out around the Ryan Runs channel, you will see. Let me think.
cats.
I don't
Dog.
know if the podcast is going to go up. That probably, I don't think for now, unless I get some requests, I'm going to upload those to YouTube. Upload these to YouTube. But I will do the microphone video next, I think. We don't have any Let's Plays recorded.
But it's Christmas break coming, so I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
get some.
I'm sure, in fact, we may tomorrow because we have one thing coming to increase the quality of those. Evelyn doesn't know about this, but Kandie doesn't, has forgotten because she's looking at me weird. But so we might
true.
record some of those soon. But yeah, no, this microphone video thing will be up very soon, probably next. Again, certainly if you're listening to this. So that's it. We did it in probably around 30 minutes. Pretty dang close. So
Yeah.
any final words for
I can show you my horse whenever I want to.
still-
Better. Touche.
Yeah,
It's my horse.
better. Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Colon and closing parentheses.
Close.
Close
parentheses.
Really? Oh, but I thought of that and I was like, it's not ending, it's closing. And then I said the word ending, didn't I?
I think we should have like music for this too, but maybe
the
that'll be
Jeopardy
the
song.
subject for the Jeopardy song. Yeah, that's taken.
Yeah, by Jeopardy.
And also, it's called Think Music.
I do know that actually.
You did?
I
Oh,
did, yeah.
Great.
We have to come up with a song for this.
No, I got a subscription to Artlist. Check it out. Use my referral thing, but I'll pick a song. Or no, next week I'll come with some songs, and that can be our thing. Like
We
instead
I can
of-
make
talk
up
about
a
which one we
song.
like.
Yeah.
Everyone could just hum songs for hours. Okay.
Okay. I'll
Doodle.
clip that out. Put it at the beginning, and this will be the end.
All right.
Okay.